Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Compass Point. I want to have us think one last time about those incredible words recorded in Matthew 11, perhaps some of the most cherished or familiar words the Gospels record Jesus as saying. That beautiful invitation where he says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble, and you will find rest for your souls." We've reflected on different aspects of those words in recent weeks. This morning I want us to think about what it means to learn from Jesus. It's very appropriate as this is a time of year when children and young people are returning to schools. There's a lot of anxiety and uncertainty associated with that this year due to COVID-19. Learning is a challenge in the context that we find ourselves in. Whether it's because of social distancing, online learning, parents trying to sort out all of the details associated with sending kids to school again. In the context of all of this, what does it mean to learn from Jesus? Well, I think first of all, it means that learning in a relationship with Jesus is exactly that, primarily a relationship. Jesus was a rabbi. We find that quite often in the Gospels where the disciples refer to Jesus as rabbi. That means teacher. And disciples, literally, according to the original Greek, means student. So there is this teacher-student relationship that is inherent in a relationship with Jesus Christ, but a very different one than the one we might expect. Rabbis and their disciples lived very close, intimate lives together. They shared every aspect of their lives. It wasn't a sporadic kind of teaching or professional kind of teaching that we would think about today. No, it was really in every respect a shared life. That's why Eugene Peterson in The Message, his paraphrase of Matthew 11, refers to that relational aspect when he renders the words of Jesus this way: "Come away with me. Watch how I do it, how I live life." So there is a real connection, a real personal shared experience. If we want to learn from Jesus, that's where we have to begin. Knowing that we have a relationship with him, that we share a life with him. As he shares his life with us, it's very personal and intimate. That means there's regular conversations through prayer, time spent with Jesus, where we nurture that relationship, and he nurtures that relationship with us by his Holy Spirit. I want to think about one other aspect of this relationship with you, and it refers again to how it's a relationship of closeness and personal connection. You know, when we think about learning, when you think about school, perhaps some of you can think about times when you were in school, there was always a bit of a struggle to understand, perhaps in some subjects more than others. Whether it was French or some other foreign language, for me, struggling to understand math was always a bigger challenge for me. But in the relationship that we have with Jesus, our rabbi, our teacher, as his disciples, understanding life is not always what's most important. Of course, there are many things we can understand, but there are many things in our lives that are difficult, that are hard and unexpected, that we struggle to comprehend. Some of you perhaps are experiencing struggles right now where it's difficult for you to understand why you are going through what you are experiencing. The most important thing in a relationship with Jesus is not that we understand everything, because we won't. I love the way somebody once put it. The relationship that we have with Jesus is not so much one of understanding, but standing under. Just reverse the two main parts of the word understanding, and you have understanding and standing under. That means we don't comprehend everything on a rational level, but we stand under the promises of God and the faithfulness of Jesus Christ. Dallas Willard once met an old friend whom he hadn't seen for a while, asked how he was doing, and his friend was going through some tough times, and he said, "I'm doing all right under the circumstances." And Dallas's quick response was, "Under the circumstances? What are you doing under there?" It was his way of inviting his friend to consider how we are under not just circumstances or troubling realities in our lives, but more profoundly under the faithfulness of Jesus Christ. And so as we learn from Jesus, we understand this one basic thing, that we are standing under his love, his faithfulness and grace. I hope these reflections have given you an opportunity to appreciate what it means to learn from Jesus, our Master, our Rabbi, and experience again the rest that He offers. I look forward to sharing more messages with you again. This coming Sunday, we'll reflect on what it means to live in a relationship of grace and forgiveness with others. I hope you'll tune in at 10 o'clock for that message. In the meantime, be well and be blessed.